Hey guys, I'm Laura King. I'm a DJ from Melbourne. I play mainly techno, a little bit of trance, drum and bass, a little bit of everything really, when I think about it. The difference between preparing for a set like this one and one out with a big crowd would be something like this. I'd want to be a little bit more tactile, so there's like a little bit more interest, because obviously the crowd gives you energy, but if there's no crowd, like I feel like I need to be doing more, create a bit more interest for people who are at home, who can see what I'm doing, so I try to like make an example of my mixing and my skills and things I can do, and like play a little bit more intuitively rather than planned. I did have most of my tracks chosen for today, but I didn't really know what order I was going to play them in, and had a few little acapellas that I chucked in there. I don't know if you noticed them. Stuff like that's a little bit risky when you're out, I find. I was like, why not just go for it. Some of the artists and the tracks that I played today, there's a couple of local guys that I played that are, I guess it's techno, but they're kind of influences from a bit of garage. The first track that I played, Tom Santa, he has like some kind of D&B garagey kind of influences, which is really cool. And that one was unreleased. He'll be releasing that one soon. A fair bit of Gaston Fiore, who is an artist from Argentina, who's coming over for my rave in April. I would say his genre was more on the trance side, but kind of, I like to call it like contemporary techno and trance, just like new age. I guess it's a little bit on the tip of a new genre really, which is exciting. There's also Part-Time Killer, one of his tracks, Photo Shoot and Vision. They're the other two artists that are coming over for Overdrive. Part-Time Killer is from Germany and Vision is from France. So yeah, getting them over here and hoping that everyone will get around them and enjoy it, which I'm sure they will. To go a little bit deeper on those genres that I would describe as contemporary, the songs are very evolving, so I feel like they touch on psytrance. There's always like a little bit of a psytrance breakdown in the track, psychedelic, glitchy elements that psytrance has, but then sped up vocals, which you hear a lot in like garage and techno these days. But yeah, there are quite a few tracks in that mix which define that genre. My first rave on a big scale in April called Overdrive. I was doing Dreamland, there was some issues with the name, so then that was kind of more small club parties. Finished with that and now evolving into something a bit bigger, which I never thought that I would do something on such a big scale. It's all just kind of led me to there, and yeah, the artists that I've chose to come over are 3 top favourite artists at the moment, which is really exciting. So I don't know what tracks I'm going to play because I usually play theirs. No, I'll find some. I'll play an extended set, which I always do at my own events, and then I've got some vocals playing as well. So Sammy Lamarca, he'll play a closing set, which will be psytrance, minimal house to start with, Yara, Sasha Fern. So yeah, I want it to be like a journey, starting at minimal house in the afternoon and like working its way up into techno, trance, and then psytrance to finish. And also the theme for Overdrive is very much influenced by space and anything universe kind of vibe. So all the lighting, the theme and the decor of the venue is going to be kind of based around space and stars and planets and kind of darker vibes. Usually, not so much anymore, but when I first started I always followed a general rule, just a general method of when I bring tracks in based on timing, and most electronic techno song structures are built relatively the same, so I always have that in the back of my mind. But now I feel like a little bit more confident with my mixing skills, so I do a lot of looping and just like a lot of intuitive mixing, feeling like something's missing or like the energy's low or something, then I'll decide to bring the track in earlier, or I'll loop up a breakdown, use the track I'm bringing in as like an extra builder. And I'll always have a third deck where I can bring in little loops and acapellas and things, and yeah, I'm very hands-on. I like to be creating as much little effects and interest as possible to keep it exciting for everyone and for myself. So yeah, I'm so concentrated. I didn't even like the first half hour. I was like, whoa, what just happened? I like woke up half an hour in. I love that. That's the best though, like when you're in a full flow state. And there could be, and it's crazy that you can even get to that state when you're in front of thousands of people. Like it's pretty interesting that you can be that, and you just like look up, you're like, whoa, there's people here. Sometimes for the whole set, but if not, then at least the last half hour. Depends how comfortable I am, but yeah, there's nothing better when you're locked in for like most of the time. And yes, like you're not looking at the crowd, and sometimes I like try to look up and like do a little smile, but I think the crowd understands that I'm in it and I'm doing my best to entertain them, and so sometimes I feel like I'm looking down too much, but it's gotta do what you gotta do. Someone that I would want to go back to back with that isn't a DJ but might be, he would know how to DJ, would be Drake.
Sure. Sean and Ollie went Michael Jackson.
I was going to say him! I swear. So yes, my rave overdrive will be heading to Sydney first on the 12th of April, which will be at the Abercrombie, which is a club, so a little bit of a smaller rave. And then that will be with a couple of Sydney locals, Fuckhead and Oscillate, and then plus the internationals who I've spoken about. And then we'll go to Melbourne on the 13th of April. Massive production, 12 hours, big, crazy rave. Yay! Hope everyone can come.